Hello everyone, it's Thursday on the Oncers, so you're here with me, the Crimson Angel 100, and I'm here to give you my insight on this past episode, some fan art, and my theory on what I think is going to happen next week. Now I know my theory on last week was totally off, but I think this week it's a little bit, a little more accurate. First off, I want to talk about Rose McGowan. I thought she did a great job as young Cora, and I would love to see more young Cora because I think there's so much more that they could explore, and like especially like in season 3, they can go so much deeper into it. Like especially the romance between her and Prince Henry, they really didn't get into that much. But can I just say the romance between her was really like kind of gave me a little, it creeped me out a little bit because their romance was, it was seductive, but they were like being seductive while talking about harming other people, and I thought that was a little bit creepy. But it also made me really love Belle more. I think that's why they did. I think they wanted people to. Well, not. I already love Belle, so it really didn't take much for me to love Belle already. But the moment they had on the phone was so sweet, and even though she doesn't remember him, I thought it was a great moment. I already love Belle, and I love Belle. Um, And one thing I have to say, since we're talking about Rumpel, they as soon as they found out he's Henry's grandfather, his second grandfather, they just welcomed him right into the charming family. Like, come on in, Grandpa. WTF? I mean, seriously. I mean, Regina was his legally adopted mother for 10 years. I think legally still is now. And they're kind of just, no, you're the evil queen. Go away. You back up, witch. I mean, seriously. It's like, you know, this kind of, I'm gonna go into now the manipulation that Snow White did, which, okay, can I just say that a lot of fans are really divided on this between the evil Regals, and I'm gonna call the Snow White fan White Knight. Some may not like that or may not. I'm gonna call the Snow White fan the White Knights and the evil Regals. Now, I consider myself a White Knight fan. I'm a huge fan of Snow White, but I have to say I was not happy with how he manipulated Regina. I thought that was really wrong. I thought it was really twisted. I thought that was really low blow. And I saw the episode twice, and I was really like, that was really messed up. She was using her heart. She was using her love that she always wanted from her mother and from Henry. She used that against her. And no, that was really messed up. That was really low because Regina was not more love from her mom. Because as an episode, Cora ripped her heart out when she was young, before she gave birth to Regina. So when she was raising her whole life, Cora couldn't truly love her. So in order to harm her chest, Cora loves her for the first time, truly, unconditionally. Regina! And then Cora loved her. But then it was bittersweet because it ended so abruptly. And now I'm going to say, I believe, truly, in my heart of hearts, given enough time and therapy with Archie, Regina would have forgiven Snow for Daniel. Bear with me. If Cora had her heart for longer than 2 seconds, and if they had enough therapy with Archie, I think upon consideration and all that stuff she's gone through, she probably would have forgiven Daniel. Now, the thing is, speaking of, it did give me compassion for her, the fact of Snow White, like, that's why she hates White, but it still did not, I didn't feel like it justified everything that Rena did. Because, oh, she was responsible for Daniel's death. But this, her manipulating her to kill her mother, that totally messed up. And I was like, holy crap. Now I'm gonna kind of go into my fan art, because at first I was just like, I didn't know who I was going to draw, but after a while, it really was not very difficult. So I decided to go with Regina. As you can see, I went with the storybook for Regina, because this kind of ties into my theory on what I think is going to happen next week. Now I'm just going to show you my fan art while I'm talking about it, because I think last time I didn't really show you my fan art last time that long. But here's Regina, and as you notice, well, here's Regina right here in the corner, and she's sad. She's mourning. She's upset because she lost her mom in the most cold, abrupt way. But if you notice here, she's holding something. What might she be holding, you perhaps ask? Here's my theory. Okay. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Okay. In the trailer for the episode, Regina said that she wants to kill Snow White, and Snow White rips her heart out. Okay. Even though she said she wants to kill her, I don't think she's going to actually kill her. I think Snow White's going to go to her house alone, try to apologize, but if you ask me, Snow White could go with dozens of baskets of fruit and muffins and a freaking new car. Nothing will take back what she did. It was bad. You know, so I think Snow White's gonna give her a half-ass apology. Regina's gonna smile, rip out Snow White's heart, and very much like Cora did to Aurora, I think Regina is gonna control Snow White for a few episodes, or at least this episode. She's gonna control Snow White and make Snow White do things that she don't want to do, cause chaos within the Charming family, and eventually have Henry come running back to Regina. And that is my prediction of what I think she's going to do. She's not going to kill her because she wants Snow White to suffer. She wants Snow to suffer. And as she said before in the pilot, I will destroy your happiness if it is the last thing I do. Now I think she really will. Now, I want to talk about a couple ships very quickly. Of course, Rom that given. Great moment of them. Love moment. I can't wait until, you know, they'll turn me back. Another couple I love is Swan Fire. I think really cute. I think they have really great mystery. Please, somebody else. He's engaged to someone who, you know, Monday's Once Upon a Gleek, he believes that she may be Tiana from Princess and the Frog. I think that is very possible because, you know, I always wondered like how would they incorporate that character, because her story is kind of like more modernized opposed to all the other ones. And, you know, that being true, that would be kind of cool. Another couple that I think is a little more outside the box that we have not really, let me put it down for a minute, we have not really heard that much about them, is people are probably gonna hate me for saying this. Aurora and Mulan. People are probably thinking WTF, what, you know, but if you kind of think about it, you know, anything's possible. I mean, they did a gender swap with Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk and made it Jacqueline. You know, so who knows? They might have Mulan and Aurora come together. Because if you ask me, they already did the love triangle with her and Philip and everything, and I thought Philip, you know, I didn't like the fact that he was like playing both girls, but he kind of had to go because they would have been fighting over him the whole time, you know. But I think now Mulan's been very protective, not as like a gal pal, but she's been very protective of like a very dear, fond friend, you know. And they haven't been showing them for a while, and I think on this quest to try and find Philip's soul, they're gonna probably become quite fond of each other, or at least Mulan's gonna become more fond of Aurora. she's going to see what Philip saw. It's possible. You never know. They'll probably come back to them in season 3 and show them together, because I thought they were going to show them in the rest of the season, but they have not shown them at all. So they're probably going to come back in season 3, and I would love to see Aurora, and I could do a whole video about Aurora because I love the way they did Aurora. And I believe I covered all my bases on this episode. This was a really crazy episode, and I'm going to end it off by showing my fan art again, because I really love this fan art, and I really feel bad for Regina. She went through so much this week, and she went through so much in general. And you know what? I'm going to leave it off to the fans. What do you think? Where do you stand right now? Are you part of the evil Regals, or are you part of the White Knights? Where do you stand right now? Do you agree with what she did? Do you think she should have done it at all costs? Or do you feel like it was a low blow? Now, I am part of the White Knights, but I still feel like it was a low blow. So where do you stand right now?